So the thing I don't do,
Yes.
Lenny Karibu for CTV,
Asante.
is I don't do this gigantic introductions at Juni Nani Nani. I think people want to know who you are, let them listen to the interview.
Yes.
Right? Lakini nataka nikuanzishe na one point. Mi nakumbuka when I was, I must have been I just finished class 8.
Class 8.
2002.
202,
And you know, it was those days where you want to go out.
Yes.
You want to go out because you're class 8. You're still a teenager, but you feel like you can go to a club. So my elder cousins would come and pick me. And, you know, so my mother insists, she sees me with them, like, sawa, kijana nenda. And then we go to a place called Mamba Disco.
Mamba. Hey, Mamba. It brings back a lot of memories.
Yeah, and then it was the whole Ogopa stable of artists who were performing that night. It was packed. Place was packed.
Yes.
And I remember you came on stage with Mr. Googs, I think Mr. Googs and Vinnie Banton.
Yeah.
And you were doing that song, Gidurai.
Yeah.
And for me, and there's something you said before we started the interview.
Yeah.
It was now the beginning of something new.
Yes.
You know, it was like Kenyan music.
Yes.
This is a different chapter that has just begun.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So before we even get to that, maybe tuanze na pale mwanzo. You know, ilikuwaje kwaje? How do you decide this is the thing you're going to do?
Yes.
You know, I mean, given Kenya also, like we know how the history of this country is, like you're always encouraged to do certain careers.
Yes.
Na vitu kama vile, especially during your time, I'm sure, when you're growing up. So, so ilikuwaje kwaje? Tell us a bit more about, first and foremost, ulitoka wapi, ulelewa wapi, up to the point in which you decide, you know, music becomes my thing.
Okay. Yeah. Hi. I was born in 1979, April 2nd, but yangu hata inakaribia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so 1979 April, and so I'll be 45 in this April.
Yes.
I was born in Westlands. You know, but I was raised mostly, what I can remember as a child, I was raised in Eastleigh. Yeah. Yeah, the famous Eastleigh.
Yes.
In fact, where I was raised, like our flat, so to speak, was opposite where Garissa Lodge started.
The famous Garissa Lodge.
The famous Garissa Lodge. Yeah. So that is where I mostly remember. And then now at some point, like when I was I even started school while in Eastleigh. I went to a school called New Eastleigh Primary School.
Yes.
That's where I started my class 1.
Okay.
Miss Kwenda Nursery School.
How did that happen?
It was, we were 5 of us.
Okay.
We were 5. I'm the 4th born in a family of 5. But I'm the first born son.
Yeah.
And I have a brother who follows me, who's the last born. But I have,
elder sisters.
3 elder sisters. Yeah. But one, passed on 9 years ago. May God, rest her soul. Esther was her name. So there's Victoria, who's the first born, Esther, second born, Duta, third born. Then there's me, 4th born, and then there's Christian, the last born. Yeah. However, my dad remarried again. After some time, him and my mom, got separated. Yeah. So after a while, he remarried again. Yeah. So, but before that,
so you have step siblings.
Yes, I do have steps, sisters, and brothers. Yeah. About 4 of them. Yeah. So, so we grew up in Eastleigh, and up until I was in class 5, when we moved to a place called Mudhore. Mudhore is in between Kikuyu and Wangige.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just along the highway.
Yeah.
And so we moved there, which was for me, it was a really traumatizing time.
Really?
Yeah, because there's we grew up in Eastleigh is nimtatu yani, where we used to sheng.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit of English here and there, nyumbani, but
how was it back in the day? Tell us a bit more about Eastleigh.
Eastleigh,
ulikuwa street gani mwanzo?
Mimi nilikuwa 6th Street, and then so tulikaa hapo for about a couple of years, and then it was lovely. I remember Eastleigh was a cool mtaa, because I can remember those days that actually we had city council used to come, they clean the streets.
The good old days.
Yes, we used to have we used to have dump. What are they called? Dumpsters or what? Bins.
Yes.
Where
provided by the city council.
Provided by the city council. Yes. And everybody would dump. Almost every how do I say, like, block had their own
a place to put
bin
their baggage,
to put their rubbish and all that.
Rubbish,
So, and then during the day they would clean the streets. So it was a really nice street. I mean, estate. And I think because mainly those days used to be an Asian dominated neighborhood. Yeah. But slowly they began to leave Eastleigh because now there were Somalis who were coming in. Yeah. And they were coming in large numbers.
So we're talking 80s now? Or 80s, early 90s?
80s. Yeah, actually 80s. Early 80s. Yeah. And now going towards mid 80s. Now towards early 90s. Yeah. But so it was a really good neighborhood. There was not much violence going on, or wheezy and all that. It was a really good place to be in, or to live in. And then it was just next to the city center. I mean, you could walk, literally walk to town if you wanted to. So transport was easy. We had the best transport system. Matatu zetu zilikuwa hali ya juu.
Okay. You know who else Meskia alisema grew up there?
Yes.
My friend Blinky Bill.
Blinky Bill, yes.
Sijui ulimuona enzi hizo.
That's the weirdest thing. I can't remember whether we ever met. I don't think we met at that time. I'm not sure.
You know who else?
Who else?
Prezzo.
Prezzo I know. Prezzo I know, but we never met.
You never met.
We never met, unfortunately.
Okay.
Lakini I know a lot of people who've come from Eastleigh, and I know the music industry also has a lot of roots from Eastleigh.
Was it in the water or so?
I really don't know, but I mean, and my dad is a musician. I mean, he used to sing in his days, and I think if I was to talk about music, I would start by saying I get it from my father.